the U.S. progresses through the phases of reopening due to COVID-19, the Southwest Florida real estate market is out of quarantine and returning to pre-COVID form. Will this continue, and how can sellers and home shoppers take advantage of it? Here to give us the facts is Denny Grimes with Denny Grimes and Keller Williams Realty. Denny, it's so good to have you this morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. So we have some questions for you that I know you can give us the best advice on. So give us the good news. What's happening in the local real estate market?
Well, if you were to give the real estate market, take its temperature, we'd be at 98.6. We are healthy. We're out of quarantine, like you just said in the intro. And that's awesome news because 8 weeks ago in March and April, when everything started shutting down, we had no idea how the market was going to react, particularly in the short run. And it's rebounding tremendously for three main reasons. Number one, when we got shut down, that was the peak of our season, March and April. So we really didn't have a season. So we've got those pent-up buyers wanting to step back in because it's safer now. Number two, and this is an amazing thing, we've been talking about interest rates for years. The 30-year fixed rate for the very first time in history is below 3%. These are record low interest rates. It's great news for a buyer. And number three, because of what's going on in some of our feeder states, like in the Northeast, maybe Michigan, there's a lot of folks there that always had Florida on the radar screen, but because of what's gone on, they're moving up their plans to move sooner versus later.
Wow, that is some good news, and I think so a lot of people are happy to hear that. So what's your advice really here? What's the main line for buyers and sellers? What are you wanting them to know?
Well, the bottom line is that my 35 years of real estate, I've never seen interest rates below 3%. And here's the other thing, buyers, prices are not going to go down in the short term for sure. So there's not going to be a buy one, get one free. Interest rates aren't going to go down. The prices have been rather steady. There's a little upward pressure, so now is a good time. My advice to buyers is don't wait because it's just going to be more expensive. For sellers, you know, I know some of you guys have waited because of the virus. Now is the time to put your home on the market because buyer demand's at peak and we're low on inventory.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like great news. And like I said, exactly what people want to hear. And just kind of off the cuff here, just some advice maybe you can give. Maybe people want to just rent their home out. Would that be a good time to do that right now?
Well, if they want to sell it, the market's optimum. However, I think the rental market, I think the season's going to be good. Properties on Airbnb have been very, very popular. So if they have a home and they really don't want to sell it because they have nothing to do with the cash, renting it is a good option. However, make sure you understand how to be a good landlord.
Right. Very good advice there. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, Denny.
My pleasure.